Hello K-freaks! My name is Ara and welcome to my channel. Last week, I did a DIY on how to make your own army bomb and a lot of people liked it. If you haven't seen the video, it will be appearing somewhere in the screen. So I decided to start a series recreating different light sticks from different K-pop bands. Before starting, I only want to clarify that you always have to buy the official merchandising from your favorite group because this way you are supporting them. But this is just in case that you can't afford or buy the official one, then you can make your own. Also, if you don't want to miss any of the light stick tutorials, make sure to subscribe. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. We're gonna need a flashlight. It doesn't matter really the color of it, but if you can find a straight one, like a flat one, it will be better for this tutorial. In my case, I couldn't. Also, an acetate sheet, some white spray paint, the template that I'll be leaving in the description box, some wax paper or any kind of paper that is a little bit blurry, a piece of foam. The color doesn't really matter. And I forgot to mention hot silicone. So we will start by spray painting the acetate sheet because we want it white. So I know that in some places they sell like acetate sheets in different colors. If you can't find this, you don't have to spray paint it. Now I'm just making sure that everything is fully covered and then I'll leave it dry very well. Please always do it in an exterior area. So moving to the flashlight, mine was too short for the hand of the light stick. So to extend it a little bit, what I'm doing here, I'm tracing the bottom part of the flashlight in a piece of foam. I'll do different circles, like you can do as many as you think you need. In my case, I did 13 circles. Once you have all of them, it's time to cut them very well. Try to keep the shape as close as possible. And once you have them all, it's time to glue them to the bottom part of the flashlight. I recommend you to wait a little bit between one circle and another. I know it seems a little bit of tedious, but I swear it's not, and plus it's very important. Once you have them all, leave them to dry very well before moving to the next step. So as I mentioned before, the hand of the light stick of EXO, it's like flat, it doesn't have any curves like my flashlight has. So what I'm doing here is just I'm cutting pieces of foam that will help me to have like this flat shape. So this is kind of hard to explain, but what I'm doing is just I'm putting like all the top part in the same height. Also, the hand of the light stick is like wider from the top than the bottom part. So what I'm doing also is that. So you have to keep like playing with the shape until you get like the desired one. As you can see, what I'm doing is just putting like different layers, and the more layers I put, like the shortest is the strip is. I mean the top strips are shorter than the bottom ones. This will help me to have like the hand of the light stick wider from the top and then smaller in the bottom. You have also to do it on the sides. But to be honest, I forgot about the back part as it will not be showing, so yeah, it doesn't matter really, the shape of it. Once you have it, it's time to cover it with our acetate sheet. But before gluing it, I wanted to make a hole for the button. So what I did here is just to paint it, so when I place the sheet on top, I know where exactly the button is. As you can see right here. So now you can easily cut the hole. You can do any shape, but I just decided to recreate like the original one. To make the button itself, I placed a piece of foam under the acetate sheet And what I'm doing is just like drawing the hole so I can cut it later and have like the button. Now it's time to glue everything together. I recommend you to go side by side, like first like the top part, then one side, then the other, and then just close it on the back. And now you are done with it, it's time to glue the button in place. Put just a little bit of glue. Once we are done with the bottom part of the light stick, let's move to the upper part. We will start by cutting our template. We need the gray parts, so don't worry about like the white parts if they rip off or something. Once we have cutted them all, what we have to do is take our acetate sheet and then place them on top and trace them. You have to outline them in the painted part of the acetate sheet, and also you have to outline them with the right size of the template down. You have to do this for all the parts and you have to do it twice. In my case, I decided that the second hexagon will not have like the details inside, but this is up to you. I know that the original light stick has the two sides the same. Once you have them all, it's time to cut them very carefully. And for the inner parts, I really recommend you to use an X-Acto knife and a ruler. So, you should end up with something like this. In your case, probably both of them will be the same. Now, you have to take the wax paper and glue the shapes to it. Obviously, I will only glue the ones that are like in small parts. You have to put the glue in the part of the acetate sheet that we spray painted. This way, the upper part will be the shiny side of the acetate sheet. Don't put too much glue, and you can use any glue that you want, but I really recommend super glue. For the inner parts, I really recommend you to place them, see how you want them, and then glue them. And you should end up with something like this. Now it's time to cut any excess of the wax paper. Now it's time to make the strip that will attach like both sides of the upper part of the light stick. We have to measure the top part of the flashlight to know the width of the strip. So yeah, now I'm just placing the measurement on the acetate sheet to have like a strip. So I forgot in this side to leave a little bit of space. You will see what I'm talking about later on, but you have to leave like a little bit of space to make kind of a lash. I don't know if you call it like this, but yeah, this space that you are leaving, what you have to do is divide it like this in small pieces. That will help you to attach both sides together. But in one side, as you can see, I forgot to leave this space. Anyways, I'll show you how I glued it. So this is the side that I don't have like the space on it. So I'm just holding like both parts together, putting some hot glue from the inside, and waiting for each side to dry before like moving to the next one. Once I get like to the corner, what I do is just with a pen, I mark where I have to bend like the strip, and then I bend it, and I do the same for the other side. I really recommend you to leave like the space, because like this will be much easier to attach everything together. Once you have one side, let's move to the other. So as I told you before, it's much easier this one. Now what I'm doing is just I'm bending to the inside like all the parts that I left and I cut it before. And once I bended all of them, what I have to do is just put some hot silicone on all of them and then place like the other side. Make sure that it's very well aligned and then press until it's completely dry. And that's pretty much it. Now we only have to like attach like the upper part and the bottom part together. Hold it until it's completely dry. And we are done. As you can see, it works perfectly and it looks beautiful, really. And that's it for today's video. I hope that you really liked it, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends, and also subscribe. I also want you to comment down below which light sticks do you want me to be recreating. Remember that if you do any of this, I would love to see a picture in any of my social media. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Annyeong!